is known for its grapes. They kind of do look similar. They're both purple. This one's a little bit smaller than the other one. They share a commonality with humans. And that is, humans love to ferment both of them. So on today's show of Cooking with Isaac, I'm going to demonstrate how to make your own sauerkraut. Well, some of you at home might be questioning yourself right now and questioning me. Why is Isaac showing me how to make sauerkraut? He's in the Okanagan, the land of the grapes. Show you how to make wine. Well, because I'm going to turn this head of cabbage into an amazing assortment of bacteria called lactobacilli, which creates that lactic acid and that sour taste, but also creates a huge amount of bioavailability for your gut flora and a lot of probiotics. I'd rather not sour up my morning with the hangover and rather craft really good. So come on, join me in the kitchen. Alright, welcome to the kitchen of Isaac. So, some supplies that we're going to need for the sauerkraut. First, we're going to need a jar. Or you can use 3 1-liter jars, mason jars. The reason why I went with this puppy here is because Home Depot decided that they weren't going to sell 1-liter jars individually anymore, so you had to buy 12. Not going to do that. $5 for this one, or should hold all our sauerkraut in here. Nice maple cutting board. Solid maple, Canada. Hopefully sugar maple. I like my sauerkraut a little sweet. I like to use the nice big chef knife. Ruben knives. And we're going to have this bowl. This bowl is our massaging bowl. We're going to put the cabbage in there after we cut it and massage it. And our head of cabbage. Also, too, we're going to need some salt. The salt is what releases the juices. And we'll get to the measurements when we get to cutting the cabbage and mixing everything in. So let's get over to how we're going to prepare the jar. So, as you can see here, no, I am not cooking the jar. It's not my dinner. I'm just getting rid of all the unwanted bacteria. So, just boiling it, disinfecting the jar, making sure that we're not getting any contaminants from people's hands that have touched it and looked at this jar in the store. We don't want it to fight with the good bacteria. That's going to bring us all this beautiful stuff into our gut flora. So, while that's happening, we're going to move over to the cutting table. We're going to cut up this cabbage. Well, as you can see here, this is a cleaner looking cabbage. What I've done is peeled off the outer layer, and I've given it a good bath, and I've given it a little bit of extra love because, the sad thing is this cabbage did not grow up on an organic farm, and that saddens me. It doesn't have a name. It was probably sprayed with pesticides and knocked over by a tractor, and who knows what else. So I just like to give the cabbage just a little bit more love. When we go to cut the cabbage, I'll be cutting it in quarters. Quarters makes it easier to cut, and also too, it's this easier to get everything organized and massaged. So, hey, let's just get to cutting. You're kind of be very careful of these, especially if you're using Roman knives. Very sharp knives. Thinly slice cabbage. now we got our 1/4 of cabbage. So now we're going to get into the massaging process. And how we're going to massage this is we're going to use our salt. So I've done 1 tablespoon of salt per 1 head of cabbage. We're just going to sprinkle some of this in, and then we're just going to start massaging. Well, as you can see, we're down to our last 1/4 here. Sauerkraut looking quite juicy, if I tell you. I know how to massage cabbage. Okay, as you can see, our sauerkraut's done here. Nice and juicy. It's ready to be put in the jar. And you really want to pack it in. Oh yeah, get in there. Well, call me the cabbage packer. I was able to get all that sauerkraut into that jar. I surprised myself sometimes. I was a little afraid there for a bit. So, sauerkraut's in the jar. So next, what we gotta do is make sure that the sauerkraut does not float on top of its own juices. You can't see it here, but the juices will start flowing up. So to do that, I like to put a mason jar full of water. Put it on top of the sauerkraut, and that way too, there's enough little air flow going in between the rim and the mason jar. And that's what we want. We don't want to completely seal it off. So now, we're going to take this and we're going to put it somewhere in the kitchen where it's not hot, nor is it breezy. Well, I'm just going to leave the sauerkraut right here. Right on the kitchen, so that way every time I walk in and do cooking, I always see it and I'm always reminded of it. What I'm going to do is leave it for a few weeks. Probably about 2 weeks from now, I'm going to taste it. And what I'm looking for is a nice tangy taste. I don't want a sour vinegary taste. If you start smelling it, like smells like vinegar, or it starts tasting like vinegar, you know that the sauerkraut has gone bad. Use your gut on this. Seriously, use your gut on this, because you don't want to mess up that gut. And that's how we make sauerkraut. Well, that was fun, everyone. I enjoyed that. And I hope you enjoy your sauerkraut, because I'm going to enjoy mine in a few weeks. Hope to see you again. This was Cooking with Isaac.